Hello, Cardinal broadcast, as today we have a doubleheader as the Catonsville Cardinals take on the College of Southern Maryland. I'm Brad Strauss with you here today. The Cardinals will start out on the mound as Dom Venta, number 15, gets warm for the Cardinals here as he's your starter today. Off here, followed off by number 6 catcher Henry Atani. At shortstop. That's going to be your 1-2-3 to start this inning here for the Hawks. And just 13-24 in conference. They've been better at home this season. As away, they have a record of 7-17. We'll see if they can find a way. At shortstop, along with Joel Tapia Mello at the outfield's anchored by at center field, along with Jake Long in right and Sebastian Guzman. That's going to be a low for a ball. The 2-1. That ball swung on and hit back up to Tyler Sankovic at second. He's going to make the play the first, and that's going to be out number 1. Claxton grounds out to the second baseman on the 4th pitch of the at-bat after getting ahead 2-1. Sankovic as Henry Atani, the catcher, is now due up. That pitch is swung on and hit the other way. That ball's traveling a little bit. That ball is gone. That ball kept pitch for Henry Atani. Lead. Jake Long kept going back on the track. 8-1 there at the wall. He seems to be shaken up just a little bit there, but the bat, but it just kept traveling here. And the Hawks on the board early as they take a 1-0 lead. We'll see how Venta settles in. That ball swung on and hit the other way, right back to Jake Long. And that play will be made as out number 2. Designated hitter number 22, Mason McReynolds, is now due up. You rarely see in a lineup your first baseman and catcher. It seems early it's already paid off here for the Hawks. Is that first pitch to be taken for a strike? The 0-2, 2 outs. That's going to be swung on in the off-speed pitch as he isn't able to field home run as the Hawks take a 1-0 lead. Stay with the BC YouTube channel as the Cardinals look to get the bats going, facing a 1-0 deficit.
Home half of the first for Catonsville, leading off shortstop.
Back here to the CCBC Catonsville broadcast as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Shortstop Tank Kelly leads us off here for the Cardinals. Looks to get these Cardinals bats going early. Davey Reynolds on the mound here, number 12 for the Palumbo in the top half of the order here for the Cardinals to start us off, and that first pitch can be taken for a strike. The 0-1. That ball's checked and fouled off down the first base line. Kelly looked to have went a little bit, but tried to stop himself, made contact with it, and now he's the 0-2. Way. That pitch appeared to be a little high and outside. Kelly went after it to protect here with 2 strikes. It's going to be a little outside for ball 1. Yenier Pena play there at short.
Batting second for Catonsville, the third baseman, number 18, Joel Tapia.
Kelly was unable to beat out the throw here, and Mello has a lot of power and the ability. That pitch can be taken low for a ball. Getting over the plate for strike 1 as it appeared to hit. That pitch. The 2-1 off-speed pitch drops right in the zone as the count now moves even. The 2-2 low and away. Not going to be chased. Let's see what he can do with it. That ball's going to be swung on and turned on inside. The ball's going to go back to got to 3-2, and Reynolds threw him an inside pitch to jam him in. The play's made, and that's going to be out number 2. That off-speed pitch is going to drop in the zone for strike 1. Many times you see these Cardinals hitters be aggressive on the first pitch. Maybe Reynolds trying to do a job. Harry at third base was able to make the play.
Down in order in the bottom half of the first. We played 1 complete.
Palumbo was able to number 3 as we move to the top half of the second inning. Stay with us here as the Cardinals face a 1-0 deficit. Welcome back here to the CCBC Catonsville baseball broadcast. Inning here as Dom Venta looks to put up a shutout inning after giving up a homer in the first. Taken low for a ball. Waldy Reyes, the right fielder, number 18. That pitch could be swung on and smoked, and that's going to be right back to Tyler Stankovic, and that play is going to be made.
Third baseman number 20, Jared Harry.
Number 20, third baseman Jared. That's swung on and missed. As that's going to be strike one as Harry takes a hack at it. Venta is an aggressive. He likes to attack the strike zone early and often. That's going to be strike number 2. His hopes of getting out early. Aggressive early in count, swinging. Putting balls in play here. As that count moves to 1 and 2. Venta's got a good defense behind him and plans to use that advantage. Putting balls into play. The 1-2 all-speed pitch tries to sign, and the count remains 1 and 2. The 1-2 outside for ball 2 as the count now moves even. That's swung on and missed, and that's going to be another strikeout for Dom Vent, swinging a miss, as that's going to be out number 2 of this inning.
Anthony Segura.
Left fielder Anthony Segura, number 8, now due up here, tasked with starting the 2-out rally here for the Hawks. That's going to be swung on first pitch to Stankovic. Going to be out number 3 as a quick 1-2-3 for Dom Venta as he makes it.
Second, we played an inning and a half. Southern Maryland 1. 0.
Stay with us here as we move to the bottom half of the second inning as the Hawks lead 1. BC Catonsville YouTube broadcast.
Number 21, Sam Kelly.
The 4-5-6 due catcher due up first, followed by number 11 AJ Perry at DH, and then number 9 Tyler Stankovic, second baseman. That first pitch is going to be taken for a strike over the plate. That's going to be off as he wasn't able to wait on the off-speed pitch and was just on top of it as he chops it down. In the zone, it's that off-speed pitch, wasn't able to drop down. That ball's going to hit over the right fielder and Waldy, as the Cardinals look to get back. DH AJ Perry. Play's going to be made at first. Kelly with heads up base running. Looked at the play at first. Perry does a good job at advancing the runner as Tyler Stankovic is now tasked with bringing in. Sam Kelly. Outside for ball one. That looked close. Similar spot, but that's going to be a strike as the count now moves even. The 1-1. That's going to be swung on and fouled the opposite way. Sankovic was late on it, almost squeezed it past the 1 and 2. As Tyler Sankovic got painted on the inside corner, as Reynolds throws a perfect one in to touch the corner, as that's going to be out number 2 here.
Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 3, Sebastian Guzman.
Sebastian Guzman, the left fielder, due up and looking to avoid leaving a runner on here in scoring position. That all-speed pitch is going to drop in the zone back door, and that's going to be strike 1. The off-speed pitch early and counts for Reynolds here. The one he missed, Kelly took advantage of to hit that gap double. That's going to be strike number 2, as he's got great command right now of that off-speed. Expect something low and away, hoping he chases here. And they're going to call out a ball. The whole Hawks team on the field thought that they were done as they were starting to head towards the dugout. But that's going to be ball number 1 as the count moves to 1 and 2, as that one was the 1-2. That's going to be out. As Sebastian's not going to chase and the count moves even. The 2-2. All-speed pitch gets Guzman chasing. And that's going to be out number 3 as Reynolds is doing an incredible job.
One left, 2 complete. Southern Maryland 1.
Here on the CCBC Catonsville YouTube broadcast. Welcome back here to the CCBC Catonsville broadcast as Venta is on the mound for the 3rd. Did a good
third for Southern Maryland, the number 8 batter, second baseman number 9.
goal. That pitch can be swung on and missed. Dorian Arise, the second baseman, Pitch one. The 0-1. Going to say he went. That's going to be strike two as the off-speed pitch was able to drop in. The 0-2. Had looked like a slider, but wasn't able to hit the backside. That moves to 1-2. They're going to say he didn't go as the home plate to first. Two swung on and missed, and that's going to be a third strikeout.
Batting ninth for Southern Maryland, center fielder number 5, Caleb Bean.
Center fielder Caleb Beach, and then blow one by him here. That all-speed pitch could be taken for a strike. As that pitch moved left to right to strike. And Kelly with the play. The play's going to be made, and that's going to be. As that's a 6-3 ground out.
For Southern Maryland, first baseman number 21, Tyree Claxton.
Now moving to the top half of the order. First baseman Tyree Claxton. That all-speed pitch going to drop in the zone. Venta having some controlled movement here with his pitches here today. All-speed, then trying to blow one by him for the strikeout. Let's see if he goes to the fastball here. The 1-1. The 1-1. That's going to be swung on and hit back up to Sankovic. Sankovic to first to Palumbo, and that play is going to be made. And that's as Venta once again 1-2-3 as we move to the bottom half of the third inning. The Cardinals still facing a 1-0 deficit. Stay with us here on the CCBC Catonsville broadcast. Welcome back here to the CCBC Catonsville broadcast. His third inning is center fielder number 1, Lionel Bartholomew.
Center fielder number 1, Lionel Bartholomew.
Let's do up first here in the order. The turnover of the lineup due here in this inning is the 8-9-1. Taking high and outside for a ball. Both pitchers doing an incredible job with their all-speed command. And then with that, freezing that ball right by him. That count's going to be 1-1 after a strike. get Leon out here. You don't want his speed on the base paths, especially with two batters. The 2-1. That's going to be low for a ball as it's slightly below the knee. In the zone here, let's see if Bartholomew's aggressive. It is, and he swings on it, and he blows it past the double here to start the inning for the Cardinals, and that's back-to-back. Lead up. It's now 2 up.
Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 6.
For the first time in today's games, the Cardinals to get ahead in the count and get the pitch they want. Reynolds was forced to challenge him over the plate with the paw, and Leonard was able to catch up to it as that ball was smoked down the first base line, and the Cardinals have another runner in scoring position. The Cardinals' approach may have changed here between innings, trying to be more patient here. The 1-0. That's going to be low and take it for a ball. 2-0, you can expect probably a fastball here in the middle of the zone. Trying to get strike one. Let's see if Long's aggressive. Let's see if Reynolds can find his command. There's going to be a runner. And he's going to be safe. Tag. There from second to third, and that was the speed I was talking about on the base paths, and now the Cardinals are only 90 feet away and a sac fly away from a lead, or excuse me, for a run. Which is going to be swung on and tipped, and the count's not going to move to 2-2 here. Long swung on the 3-0, being aggressive. 3-1, let's see. We take it low for a ball, and now there's going to be a runners on the corners here as we move to the top half of the Cardinals lineup. Does their job.
27, Jaden Kelly.
And now with 2 runners on, Tank Kelly gets another crack at it here. He's going to drop in the zone for strike one. The goal if you're Reynolds is to get Kelly out without movement on the base pass to set up maybe a potential double speed pitch. They're going to say dropped in too late. The count now moves even. As Long gets back. Maybe look for Long to try to steal a bag here to avoid the double play. That's going to be a swing and a miss at it. And that's going to be strike 2 as the count moves to 1-2. Once again, it's behind. Long able to get back there at first. Count remains 1-2. The 1-2. That ball was inside. Kelly wasn't able to get the bat head around to it, but just able to fight it off just enough to stay alive. And we try again. Pitch high, and the count moves to 2-2. Reynolds has got to find his strikeout pitch here. Maybe expect a low and in fastball here. It will be a breaking ball, and that pitch isn't able to clip the zone, and now the count moves even. Now the count moves full, excuse me, at 3-2. Reynolds can't give up a walk here. That ball swung on, and that ball's hit straight to the left fielder. A tag up's going to be made as Kelly successfully is able to drive in one. As Lino Barthel and Kelly ties us here at 1 apiece with the sac fly.
Number 18, Joel Tapia.
Due up here with a runner on first and 1 out. All things considered, Reynolds did a good job. Kelly, and now he has a dangerous Tapia Mello due up. See if he can find the double play ball. Long's gotten his jersey dirty early here in the bottom half of the third. That ball swung on and fouled down the first base line as Mello extremely ahead of it, maybe sitting, fastball. That pitch is going to be out. Not only is that fair, but that is gone. And it's a Pia Mello bat flip to go with it. And that's bottom half of the zone. And Mello took it out over the wall as he trots around. As the Cardinals take a 3-1 lead here in the bottom half of the third.
First baseman number 12, A.J. Colombo.
Just to get the 8-9 batters out of the way before turning out to the top half of the order, especially with Bartholomew started the inning off with a double and then was able to steal a bag. That was able to set up a walk and then a sac fly from Kelly and Tapia Mello. The 1-1 pitch a little high, and the count moves to 2-1. Tapia going to be fair or not. But not only was it fair, but it went over. And it gave AJ takes that pitch for a strike, and the count moves even to 2-2. Swung on and fouled down the third base line as he pulls it. The 2-2. That ball. Baseman calls it, and that's going to be out number 2. Catcher Sam Kelly now due up.
Catcher number 21, Sam Kelly.
A double here in his first at bat. That ball is going to be swung on and fouled off for strike 1. It's Kelly. That ball's going to be swung on and smoked back to the third baseman. Pena unable to make the play to first as Kelly's going to turn two there off the air. The shortstop Pena makes the error as Claxton was unable to make the scoop.
Hitter number 11, A.J. Perry.
And now with 2 outs, the Cardinals with a little bit of a gift with the runners in scoring position is A.J. Perry, the DH, now due up here. As there's going to be a discussion at the mound. To his credit, he should have 3 outs here right now, but a 3-run third inning sac fly from Tank Kelly, and then a 2-run shot from Tapia Mello from the shortstop. Maybe just trying to settle down their pitcher here. Maybe their entire infield, for that matter. To the damage already done here in the bottom half of the third. See what he can do here. They're going to say that off-speed pitch clipped this one. Chances. It rarely ages well. The count's going to move even at 1-1. The 1-1. It's going to hit the gap. And here comes Sam Kelly turning around. And that's going to be a stand up at home. And that's going to be a 2-out RBI for A.J. Perry. Find themselves leading 4-1. The second baseman, Tyler Stankovic.
Number 9, Tyler.
That ball swung on. That's going to be pop fly. Second baseman calls off the first baseman. The play is going to be made as Dorian Arise is able to make the play, and that's going to be out number 3. Stay with us here on the CCBC heading into the top half of the 4th inning. Welcome back here to the broadcast as we start the top half of the 4th inning. The Cardinals find themselves with a 4-1 lead. the number 2 batter for Southern Maryland, due up, Henry Atani, who hit the oppo top. Looks to help out the Hawks back. Is the only hit for the Hawks offense. That ball's going to be smoked down the third base line and foul. His count moves to 0-2. That ball's going to be high and outside. Venta back out there. Venta back out there again for the 4th. That's going to be a disgusting pitch that drops in the zone, and that's going to freeze Atani, and that's going to be out number 1, as that's another strikeout to add to Venta's after. As the backdoor all-speed pitch drops in the zone. Yinier Pena here. That off-speed pitch got away from him, as that's going to be ball 1. Venta able to retire batter. Ground balls, pop flies, strikeouts. Strikeouts looking. Here's the 1-1. That ball's going to be golfed up in the air. Leonel trips, and he goes forward before going backwards, and that ball's going to go over his head. That's going to be a stand. It's going to count as a hit, but no doubt about it, Leonel Bartholomew should have had that one. Slipped, and the ball went over his head. That's the type of play. Now, there is a runner in scoring position here for the Hawks, as Mason McReynolds, the DH, up here. The 1-1. That ball. As Mason steps back into the batter's box with a 2-1. Looking not to fall behind 3-1 here. That ball swung on and smoked down the first base line, foul. As Mason's ahead of it and pulls it, and the count now moves to 2-2 here. Let's see if Venta can freeze him here, as he looks to avoid advancing the runner that's already in scoring position. And Pena at second. That's going to be swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3, as that's another strikeout for Dom Venta, as he's able to get him on the all-speed. The ball dropped low and in.
Right fielder number 18, Walding Reyes.
Due up here, tasked with bringing in the Hawk in scoring position. That all-speed pitch a little outside, as that's going to be ball 1. And that's going to be strike 1, as the count moves to 1-1. The 1-1. Just as the count moves to 2-1. 2-1 count. That pitch is a pitch in the zone. Probably look for a fastball to challenge him here. Let's see if Waldy's ready for it. It will be the fastball in the zone, and he takes it, and the count now moves full to 3-2. You got to imagine that's the pitch he was looking for. And it doesn't matter as it bloops over the second baseman head. There's going to be a play at home. Along with the throw, it goes over the head, and that's going to be stand-up double for Waldy Reyes as Pena comes home. That's going to be
number 20, Jared Harry.
That's going to be a 2-out RBI single with the left fielder due up here. Excuse me, Jared, and an opportunity to draw the Hawks one more closer. That pitch is going to be taken for a ball as he falls behind 2-0. Can imagine, once again, he'll challenge the strike zone here. The 3-0, that's going to... We'll see how aggressive Venta is attacking the strike zone after he's fallen behind 3-1. As there are 2 outs. Venta faces his first a little bit of trouble here. His runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Left fielder number 8, Anthony Segura.
It's now 2 up and has the ability. The Hawks the lead here with 1 swing. That pitch could be taken for a strike. That pitch sneaks inside as it gets away from Venta a little bit. The 1-1 hit the other way, and it hits the gap as the Hawks are going to turn for home plate. And it's going to be a stand-up 2-out RBI single. Segura, as now here the Hawks have drawn within 1. 2 2-out RBI singles here for the Hawks. The Hawks capitalize on that mistake. Field is Dorian Arias, the second baseman. And fouls that ball off as the count moves to 1-1. Pen for the Cardinals as they stick to Venta. Venta up to around 56 pitches. Looking to get out of this trouble here without blowing the lead. Here comes the 1-1 for Venta. That pitch is swung on and fouled down the first base line as the count now moves to 1-2. As Venta's 1 strike away from getting out of this mess. The 1-2 breaking ball gets away from him as the count moves even to 2-2. Still holding the lead. The Hawks have done responding after giving up 3 runs in the bottom half of the third. 4 runs, excuse me. That all-speed pitch. As Venta gets some strikeout looking as he freezes the batter, and that's going to be out number 3 as Venta gets out of the top half of the 4th, but not before some damage is done as the Hawks add as they trail 4-3, and we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Stay with us here on the CCBC Catonsville YouTube broadcast. Welcome back here to the CCBC, to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and the Cardinals hold on to a 4-3 lead.
Left fielder number 3, Sebastian Guzman.
Number 3, the left fielder Sebastian Guzman starts us off here as the Cardinals bottom half to once again start an inning off. That's going to be swung on and missed as he went low for it. He was unable to get to it as that pitch a little low and outside. Drops right in front of the left fielder, and Sebastian Guzman starts the Cardinals off with another. Is due up here as he has a double in his first at bat. Guzman's going to take off. Never mind. Third baseman playing in a little bit here, potentially to avoid the bunt. Missed. Hawks cautious of a bunt, and now he's going to pull back with 2 strikes. Ball 1. Ahead of it was Leonal. Got to wait on that off speed as he was probably sitting fast. Here comes the 1-2. That ball's golfed and swung on, and that play's going to be made in right field, and that's going to be out number 1. Jake Long, the right fielder, due up right before they turn to the top half of the order. Long drew a walk in his last at bat. That ball's going to be swung on and fouled off as the all speed. The 0-1, that's swung on and golfed. Has to return to first. The all-speed pitch on the back door
Top of the
broke
order.
outs. The Cardinals moved to the top half of the order, and Tank Kelly. First pitch taken for a strike. Reynolds is going to check Guzman there at first. Reynolds has been extremely. Those runners at first. That ball's going to be swung on and fouled off as that the 0-2 maybe expects something low and away, maybe a breaking ball. It's high on the 1-2. As Kelly finds himself back even in this count at 2-2 as the wind starts to pick up. That ball swung on, that ball's golfed, and it's not going to be able to get out, and that play's going to be made right at the warning track. One as we go to the top half of the 5th inning with the Cardinals leading 4-3. Stay with us here on the CCB.
In the 5th.
Here to the CCBC Catonsville YouTube broadcast as we head in to the top half of the 5th inning of Game 1 of this doubleheader between the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals and the College of Southern Maryland Hawks. Lead us off as the Hawks look to turn to the top half. Bean might drop one in there, and he will as it sneaks right past Sankovic, the top half of the order, and Tyree Claxton, the first baseman, now due up.
Top of the order for Southern Maryland, first baseman number 21.
Tom Venta out here for a 5th. Still no bullpen arms warming up. Venta up to 63 along with 6 Ks. That's going to be taken for a strike on the balls. Count moves even. Perhaps look for Bean to maybe steal a bag here to pitch is going to be low and take it for a strike as he chases, and the count moves to 1-2. A dribbler back to second. The play's going to be made. Going to be out number 1 as Sankovic does a great job charging. Being able to advance to first inning Oppo Taco home run. Third inning backwards K. Here with a runner on. That pitch is going to be high. The 1-0. That ball swung on straight to Jake Long as that ball was smoked. But that goes straight to Jake Long. Junior Pena, the shortstop. Looking not to squander the opportunity, tying this ball game back up as their 9-hitter was able to see if they can do something with it here. That first pitch could be taken for a ball. The off-speed pitch unable to clip the inside of the zone on the back door. It's count moves to 2-0. Look for him to challenge the strike zone here. 2-0, and he does, and that ball's going to be swung on. Kuzma. And that's going to be out number 3 as the Cardinals get out of it. We move to the bottom half of the fifth. Cardinals still lead 4-3. Stay with us here on the CCBC YouTube broadcast. Welcome back here to the CCBC Catonsville broadcast. We have a pitching change here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Mound in replacement for Davey Reynolds. There's also going to be a fielding change. Is number 10, Devin Bruno at second base for Dorian Arise. As the Hawks look to hold the Cardinals here at 4 runs. As the ball went out of play on the bounce. There on the read. Took a step in before a step back. Was unable to read the ball. Maybe lost.
Number 12, AJ Palumbo.
To dominate the stat sheet as he kicks us off with a leadoff double, and that's the Cardinals to add some cushion to this 1-run lead. That first pitch could be taken for a strike. Being aggressive early was Mello into this ball game. The Hawks outfielders reliever a little more here as he tries to settle in as the count now moves to 0-2 and AJ falls behind. That ball is going to be swung on, and that's smoked right back to the right fielder. That made as there's going to be a tag up from Tapia Mello. Sam Kelly, catcher, due up here.
Catcher number 21, Sam Kelly.
And looks to add to the Cardinals' runs. The count moves to 1-1. That's going to be out number 2, but that's going to be a sack. It's going to be a sacrificed RBI as Tapia Mello is able to come in and give the AJ Perry.
11, AJ Perry.
First pitch could be swung on and fouled. The 0-1 a little high and outside, and the count moves even. A couple defensive mistakes for run lead. That ball goes over his head and it moves. Dietz has done a solid job as he looks to not fall behind 3-1, and he won't. That all-speed pitch drops in the zone to protect. Maybe the ball's going to be swung on and fouled off. Dead center at the track, and the play is going to be made. Makes contact with the wall.
A run, a base hit, nobody left for Catonsville in the 5th. 5 complete.
The Cardinals we moved to the top half of the 6th inning here. Stay with us here on the BSB Catonsville Cardinals broadcast. Welcome back here to the broadcast as Venta is out for another as that off-speed pitch comes in the zone, and that's going to be strike 1. Venta out here for his 6th as the Cardinals now get a bullpen arm ready here.
Shortstop.
Due up first here. Order. That pitch to be taken for strike 2, excuse me, as it drops in the zone and freezes him a little bit. The count moves to 1-2. The all-speed pit. The outside part of the zone as he looked to get one by him, looking. To Venta as Venta does a good job covering the bag, and that's going to be out number 1 here in the top half of the 6th.
Waldy Reyes.
The right fielder, number 18, Waldy Reyes. Due up here. The Hawks going to need base runners here as they face a 2-run deficit and are 5 outs remaining. That pitch is going to drop in for a strike as Venta continues to have his early pitch, all speed, command, deliver. The 1-1, and that all-speed pitch is going to drop in. That ball sunk a little bit. That's going to be strike 2 as Reyes was unable to get to it. Venta delivers, and it's inside. As the count now moves even at 2-2. The 2-2. That all-speed pitch swung on. It's back behind us. It's even at 2-2. Two swung on. Number 2. As Venta continues to do a great job getting the ball on the ground.
Third baseman number 20, Jared
Harry, the third baseman. And now due up here with 2 outs. That all-speed pitch. Clip the zone on the back door. So that's going to be ball 1. That one loses it as it goes behind him there. Venta falls behind 2-0. The 2-0. A little high as he falls behind 3-0 here. You can imagine the Hawks aren't aggressive on 3-0. They will take that strike. That swung on and golfed. Play, and that's going to be out number 3 as Venta's able to get out of it.
Southern Maryland
A 3-0 count
top half of the 6th.
as he gets out of this
5.5
inning
in
clean.
Game 1, Catonsville 5.
Look to add to this cushion as the Cardinals lead 5-3 on the CCBC Catonsville YouTube channel.
Tyler Sankovic.
Catonsville broadcast as we head to the bottom half of the 6th. Have to come up as they look to add to this cushion before heading to the top. Tyler Sankovic starts us off here as that pitch could be taken for a ball. Remains on the mound for the Hawks. The 2-0. That pitch is going to be taken for a ball as that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to start. Good job getting their leadoff man on. Left fielder Sebastian Guzman due up here,
Left fielder
put a runner
number
on.
3, Sebastian Guzman.
Sebastian Guzman shows bunt and pulls back here. That's going to be a foul ball as the catcher's unable to get to it. Moves to 1-1. Dietz looks and fires back to first to make sure Guzman stays. The Cardinals trying to move over base runners here. Pulls back again. And now at 3-1. Let's see. Bunt. Let's see what Guzman can do here. The 3-2. Just a tad high, and that's going to be ball number 4 as Guzman draws a walk.
Lionel Bartholomew.
As the Hawks have some arms getting warm. And Lionel Bartholomew, who already has a double today. That's a bunt that's laid down, and the play is going to be made at first. Two are in scoring position for the right fielder and number 9 batter Jake Long. And that foul ball, and that's going to be caught as that's going to be out number for the Cardinals as they had 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 down. And now here they move to the top half of the order. That's going to be strike number 1. He was late on it. No, he falls behind 0-2. That pitch is going to be taken for a ball as the count moves to 1-2. The 1-2, take it for a ball. The 2-2. At 3-2, as Dietz looks not to lose him here after starting 0-2. The 3-2, that's going to be low and take it for ball 4 as Kelly's able to fight 4 straight balls.
Third
As
baseman number 18, Joel Tapia.
Tapia Mello due up here with bases loaded and 2 outs as he already has a home run, including multiple RBIs. To see as a pitcher with the bases loaded. We take it low for a ball. That pitch. The 2-0. That's going to be taken for a ball. That's take. And the Cardinals now take a 6-3 lead as AJ Palumbo
First baseman,
steps
number
up.
12, AJ Palumbo.
For the top half of the order for the Cardinals is AJ Palumbo. Despite now has bases loaded with 2 outs. Is they're going to make a pitching change. CCPC Catonsville broadcast. broadcast as we remain here in the bottom half. As AJ Palumbo steps into the batter's box with bases loaded. Add to this 1 run, 6th already, and this cushion of a 3-run lead before we head in. Hawks has number 2 Rylan Langley now is on the mound. This deficit and keep it at 3. Just take it for a ball. The 1-0. That's quickly as bases are loaded. And that's going to be 3-0. As you can tell, Palumbo is looking for a pitch that he. But remaining patient, taking what they're giving him. Is now with 3-0, there's a chance it's going to be another walk. And that's going to be a strike as it's going to. As now here, Langley has to find the strike zone here, cannot walk another run in. See if Palumbo's aggressive, the 3-1. That ball swung on and hit back up. You could tell Palumbo 1-1. The Hawks get out of it, but the Cardinals generate a run as we move to the top half of the 7th inning. The Cardinals
complete.
welcome back, and here we go to the top half of the 7th inning as the Hawks face a 3-run deficit and have 3 outs to draw even or take the lead for his 7th and final inning. Looking to go wire to wire here and accomplish a complete game for game 1 of this doubleheader as the first pitch is taken for a ball. A bunt tried to be laid down, but isn't able to get it down as it goes to 2 up first in this lineup, followed by Devin. That off-speed pitch is going to hit the outside corner of the zone. So that's going to be strike 2. Pia Mello. That's going to be out number 1. And the Cardinals defense continues to back up Dom Venta's elite pitching here today. As the second baseman.
Second baseman number 10, Devin Brunnemer.
Looking to give the Hawks a spark. That pitch was swung on and fouled off. out away. And so is Venta from a of this doubleheader. The 9-hitter Caleb Bean due up. This is the Hawks' final chance. The all-speed pitch high and take it. Hit by pitch as Caleb Bean goes to first. Tyree Claxton. That's swung on. That's hit right to right field, and the play's going to be made. And that's 7 innings strong, only giving up 3 runs. Cardinals 2 of this doubleheader to start in about 30 minutes. Cardinals 6. Welcome back here to the CCBC Catonsville baseball broadcast as we get about set for Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Catonsville Cardinals and the College of Southern Maryland Hawks. The Cardinals took Game 1 6-3 off the arm of the complete game of Dom Venta. Clark Corlew, number 44 on the mound for the Cardinals for Game 2. Much of the Cardinals lineup will look the same here in Game 2 as 1 through 8 remains the same. Seth Manos, the catcher, will bat in the 9th slot, number 35. Kelly will go from catcher to DH, and Perry will go from DH to right field. For the Hawks, who suffered their 26th loss in Game 1, are switching it up as Raiden Dietz, the man we saw on the mound for the Hawks in relief, now starts in center field and is the leadoff man, followed by Henry Atani at second base. Yunior Pena at shortstop.
For Southern Maryland in Game 2, leading off center fielder number 7, Raiden Dietz.
Will be your first 3 batters of the inning and the order. As Dietz starts us off here. As that first pitch is taken for a ball. Cardinals' arms should be well rested this game as Venta was able to go 7 complete in Game 1. That pitch taken for a ball. The Cardinals, despite the 3-run win, left a lot to be desired on the offensive end, including a lot of runners in scoring position left on. We will see how the Cardinals bats look to improve Game 2, as that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to start us off. And Dietz is going to take first.
Second baseman number 6, Henry Itani.
The second baseman, Henry Atani, is now up. We saw Atani hit an opposite field home run over the right field wall in the first inning of Game 1. Let's see if he can have repeated success early. He slots that one in, and that ball's gonna drop right in front of Leonel Bartholomew. He tried to make a diving play, was unable to corral it. And now here the Hawks find themselves early with a runner on first and second, 1 in scoring position, and an early chance to get ahead. Yunior Pena, the shortstop, due up third as he was in Game 1. Showing bunt, laying down bunt. That bunt's going to advance runners, but that's going to be out number 1 as Clark's able to get to it. Now here with 1 down for the Hawks, 2 runners at scoring position as Mason McReynolds, the DH.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter number 22, Mason McReynolds.
Mason McReynolds steps into the batter's box with a great chance to give the Hawks an early cushion. That first pitch taken for a strike. That play's going to dribble back up to first, and that's going to be an out, as that's the second out recorded, but not before Dietz comes in for a run. And that's going to be 1-0.
Batting fifth, the right fielder number 18,
Hawks.
Waldy Reyes.
As Reynolds is able to get the sack RBI. And now the right fielder, Waldy Reyes, now steps up to the plate and takes pitch one for a strike as Otani is 90 feet away from run number 2 here for the Hawks. The 0-1. That swung on and fouled off. That's going to be a strike number 2 as Clark is able to get ahead in this count 0-2. Let's see if he can put him away and get out of this inning, only giving up 1. It's going to be low for ball 1. The 1-2. That ball swung on and hit to Sankovic. Sankovic at second makes the play to Palumpo at first, and that's going to be out number 3. The Cardinals are going to get out of it, but not before giving up a run as the Hawks take a 1-0 lead.
1 hit, 1 walk,
Stay
1
with us
left.
here.
We played a half inning. Southern Maryland 1. Catonsville coming to bat.
Stay with us here as we enter the bottom half of the first inning as the Cardinals face a 1-0 deficit on the CCBC Catonsville YouTube channel. Welcome back here to the CCBC Catonsville Cardinal broadcast. As
In the home first for
the Cardinals
shortstop number 27, Jaden Kelly.
now look to get the bats going, facing a 1-0 deficit, similar to how they did in Game 1. Entering the bottom half of the first, Tank Kelly is going to lead us off. Struggled going 0-for in Game 1. Was able to generate a walk. Ethan King, number 29, the pitcher on the mound for the Hawks. The 1-0. That's going to be taken for a strike on the outside corner. Kelly steps back into the batter's box. Now after seeing one, perhaps being a little more aggressive here if he challenges the strike zone. He does swing for it. That's going to be a foul ball. It's going to go out and right as the second and first baseman were unable to chase it down. And now here, Kelly falls behind 1 and 2. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled off. The 1-2 delivery. That swung on and hit back up the middle, and Tank Kelly's on the board with a single as we start off the bottom half of inning 1 of game 2
Batting second, the third base
with a leadoff single, Tank Kelly. Joel Tapia Mello now do up multiple hit, including a home run and multiple RBI day in game 1, as he looks to add to it here as the ever so dangerous Tank Kelly's on first and maybe gearing up for a steal here to get a runner in scoring position. That first pitch could be taken inside for a ball. We'll see how King holds Kelly there at first. In game 1, the Hawks at Reynolds did a good job paying attention to runners and their leads at first. And he's off. And he's going to slide in safely there. Kelly took a nice lead and thought he was going to go, then stopped. The catcher ended up dropping the ball in front of him there, and Kelly took off. A little banged up on the head first slide in to second base, but he's going to get in there safely, try to get the dust out of his face and recoup, as now Tapia Mello has an opportunity with a runner in scoring position to even up this ballgame. Here we go, the 2-0. Look for him to perhaps challenge the strike zone here. They're going to call that a strike as he check swings, and the count moves to 2-1. King throws back to second on the pickoff as Kelly's able to get back. The 2-1. That's going to be low and inside as the count moves to 3-1, and can perhaps expect a challenge in the strike zone here for Mello. That's going to be taken for a strike, and the count now moves full as Mello's seen a couple here and now looks to protect. Mello usually finds himself in these 3-2 counts. That's going to be ball 4 as Mello takes his base to first, and now with runners on first and second, A.J. Palumbo steps into the batter's box.
Batting third for Kingsville, first baseman number 12, A.J. Palumbo.
Palumbo left a couple runners in scoring position in game 1 as he looks to change that story here in game 2. As he's got a runner in scoring position and another on first. That first pitch taken for a strike. That pitch is swung on, and that's going to be a pop fly right to right field. Play's going to be made. Kelly's going to think about the tag up, but he's going to get back. Play at second was almost made, but he was unable to squeeze. So that's going to be out number 1 here.
Batting fourth for Catonsville, designated hitter number 21, Sam Kelly.
Sam Kelly, the DH. Now due up. Kelly and Mello steal a bag as the Hawks were looking to throw down at third base on the stolen bag from Kelly, from Tank Kelly, and on the throwdown it hit Sam Kelly's bat in the batter's box as he stayed there put in the batter's box, and now 2 runners are in scoring position here for the DH Sam Kelly with 1 out as the count moves to 1-1. That ball swung on and fouled off as he hits it the other way, foul. The 1-2. That ball swung on and fouled down the other way. The 1-2. That ball's going to be outside, and the count moves to 2-2. The 2-2. That ball swung on and smoked back to the shortstop. Shortstop makes the play to first as that's out number 2. But not before Tank Kelly comes in.
Right fielder number 11, A.J. Perry.
And a little bit of small ball both ways here as the score is knotted up at 1 apiece, as that's going to be a sacrifice RBI. And now right fielder A.J. Perry is due up with Tapia Mello 90 feet away from the Cardinals taking the lead. That ball swung on. That ball's gone. That ball went out of this park quickly. And that's going to be a 2-run shot off the bat of A.J. Perry. And the Cardinals take a 3-1 lead as a 3-run bottom half of the first inning has given the Cardinals the lead. That ball was smoked
Second baseman number 9, Tyler Sankovic.
He drove that one deep, and that one had no chance. You know it's gone when the outfielders barely move. And now due up is Tyler Sankovic as he swings on, and he bloops one over the second baseman's head. And the Cardinals bats coming alive early here in Game 2, as I suspected they might, as left fielder Sebastian Guzman is due up and tasked with the role of keeping this 2-out rally going here for the Cardinals. That ball swung on and smoked to second. And there'll be a flip to short. And that'll be out number 3. But not before damage is done. Off the bat of A.J. Perry, who hits a 2-run shot, as the Cardinals scored 3 runs here in the bottom half of the first and take a 3-1 lead. Stay with us here as we go to the top half of the second inning. Cardinals 3, Hawks 1. Welcome back here as we enter the top half of the second inning.
In the second for Southern Maryland, left fielder number 8, Anthony Segara.
Left fielder Anthony Segara starts us off here for the Hawks, as Clark Corlew looks to get up and out of this inning quickly and give back to these bats who gave him 3 runs and a 2-run cushion here in the bottom half of the first. That first pitch going to be taken for a strike. The off speed a little outside, 1-1. The 2-1 swung on, hit back up to the pitcher. Clark Corlew does it himself and makes the play to first to Palumbo, as that's out number 1 of the inning.
Third baseman number 20, Jared Henry.
That first pitch, a little high and outside, as the off speed gets away from him. Jared Harry, the third baseman, hits it to Pia Mello, the third baseman, and that's going to be out number 2, as A.J. Palumbo is able to make the stretch and the catch. As Corlew looks to get out of this top
Catcher
half of the
number
second
14,
quickly.
Victor Torres.
Catcher number 14, Victor Torres, due up here in the 8th slot, as this is his first at-bat of the afternoon. Let's see how he settles in to game 2 of this doubleheader. As that first pitch, it's a little outside for ball 1. That's going to be a strike as the count moves to 1-1. That ball swung on. That's a pop fly. Segovich and Palumbo are called off by the right fielder as the play is made by A.J. Perry, and that's going to be out number 3 as Corlew goes 3 up, 3 down. Stay with us here as the Cardinals bats get back up to work as the Cardinals lead 3-1.
Inning and a half in game 2.
Welcome back here to the CCBC broadcast. This lineup, Bartholomew, the 8th batter, the center fielder, number 1, starts us off. The Cardinals defense was able to go 3 up, 3 down. That first pitch, take it for a ball. Count now moves even to 1-1. King looks to avoid falling behind 3-1 here. He doesn't. As that pitch is fired in the zone for strike number 2. The count moves even to 2-2. And that's going to be strike number 3 as he strikes out looking. That's going to paint the inside corner, and that's going to be King's first strikeout.
Batting ninth for Catonsville, catcher number 35, Seth Manos.
As catcher number 35, Seth Manos, the 9 batter, steps up before turning to the top half of the order as Meadows sees his first action of the afternoon. Game 2 of this doubleheader. And that breaking ball hits the back door and slides in for strike 1. Pitch a tad in outside as Manos leaves it. Count moves even. That ball swung on and smacked right back up the middle as that's going to be a line drive that gets in the gap. As Seth Manos has one at bat and one hit this afternoon. As we turn to the top half of the order, as Tank Kelly tries to work off that first inning single. That ball swung on and hit down the third base line as it squeezes past the third baseman. Seth turning 3, slides in, and that play's going to be made as Tank Kelly takes second. And that's going to be a double for Tank Kelly as he now has a single and a double in consecutive innings. Seth Manos with the elite base running to turn from first to third.
Third baseman number 18, Joel Tapia.
Kelly was all over that ball as he pulled it down the third base line. It squirted right by the third baseman. And now Tapia Mello due up here with another RBI chance and 2 runners in scoring position as he swings on the first pitch. And that ball's dropped in the right field, and that's going to be 1, and that's going to be 2. As the Cardinals add 2 more to their lead and take a 5-1 lead off the bat of Tapia Mello, who now has a multiple RBI game 2 to go along with his multiple RBI home run game 1.
First baseman number 12, A.J. Palumbo.
As A.J. Palumbo steps into the batter's box here with only 1 out. Despite winning by 3 and scoring 6 runs. Made the comment to start. Oh, that ball's gone. That ball is absolutely crushed as A.J. Palumbo has found his bat again in game 2. And that's a 2-run shot as the Cardinals are making a statement with their bats here in the first 2 innings of game 2. A.J. Palumbo. We saw a shot from A.J. Perry in the first, and now we get one from A.J. Palumbo. He threw it inside fastball. Palumbo turns on it, and that ball's gone over the left field fence as they celebrate here. As the Cardinals take a 7-1 lead as there's a mounds visit. Well, right on cue, I had mentioned despite the 6 runs scored in game 1 that the bats hadn't exactly gotten going yet. And now here in game 2, they are all over these pitches, tattooing a couple over the fence. And now with 1 out, Sam Kelly's due up here as all the bases are empty because they've all been driven in. It seems like these Cardinals bats get hot to start game 2 at doubleheaders. I don't have the stat on that, but it appears these bats get comfortable and they get going, and confidence builds 1 through 9 in this lineup. It's a tough lineup to pitch through for Ethan King as he looks to get out of this nightmarish inning number 2. The 1-0 swung on and fouled off. 7 hits, 7 runs so far through 1 1/3 hitting for the Cardinals. That's going to be a hack and a miss for Kelly, as that's going to be strike 2. The 1-2 swung and hit the other way, but unable to stay fair. That ball swung on and hit back up to the pitcher, as King's going to be able to do it himself for out number 2. As that's going to be 2 down here in the bottom half of the second. And A.J. Perry
Right fielder number 11,
steps into the batter's box.
Perry.
A.J. Perry with the home run in the first inning. The 2-run shot that gave the Cardinals a 2-run lead. The rest of his lineup has followed suit soon after, as now the next time he's up, the lead has grown to 6. Let's see if he can push that even further. That ball's going to be outside for ball number 2. The 2-0, take it for a strike. That ball swung on. That ball's deep. And that ball's gone. A.J. Perry does it again, as the Cardinals are tattooing baseballs here in inning 2 of this doubleheader. I don't know what was better, the swing or the bat flip, as A.J. Perry has 2 at-bats and 2 home runs in Game 2. That ball was crushed.
Second baseman number 9, Tyler Sankovic.
Both home runs near the deepest part of the field, continuing to show off that power. And this has been a nightmare first 2 innings for Ethan King, as the Cardinals' bats continue to show out. And with an 8-1 lead, the Cardinals start to threaten the territory of pushing for a mercy rule. 10-run lead after 4 is required for such. If you're Clark Corlew, you have to feel pretty comfortable returning back out there on the mound with the bats that are behind you. That ball's going to drop in and find some grass as Tyler Stankovic drops one in. Got to imagine the depth at which these outfielders are playing, or due to the Cardinals' bats and their power so far displayed. There's going to be a mound visit here and perhaps a pitching change. And I think there will be. We'll take a break with them, and we'll be right back. Stay with us here on the CCBC Catonsville broadcast. Welcome back here to the broadcast as Sebastian Guzman looks to continue this rally here from the Cardinals bats. The Hawks made a pitching change as Caleb Bean, number 5, is now in the game. Started game 1 in center field as the 9 hitter for the Hawks, and now looks to help out the defense now on the mound. That ball is going to be a wild pitch, and Sankovic is going to take second, as now once again there's another runner in scoring position here. The 2-0, let's see if Guzman's aggressive here. That ball swung on, that's a pop fly. That's a high one, shortstop calling everybody off. And shortstop's going to make the play as Pena is able to make the grab. The Hawks get out of it, but not before an offensive onslaught from the Cardinals as they head in to the top half of the third inning with an 8-1 lead. Stay with us here on the CCBC Catonsville broadcast. Welcome back here to the CCBC Catonsville broadcast as we head to the top half of the third as Clark Corlew goes back onto the mound, this time with an even more comfortable lead.
First baseman number 21,
as he looks
Claxton.
to go 3 up, 3 down and let the bat stay hot. That first pitch in all speed going to be taken for strike 1. That pitch going to be taken for a ball. The 2-1. That's going to be inside. I think that might have hit ump. He looks a little banged up. The count's going to move to 3-1. First baseman Tyree Claxton, who started game 1 as the top of the order, now here in game 2 as the 9 batter, looking to flip around the lineup, as that's going to be ball 4 just inside, and that's going to be a first at bat leadoff walk.
Top of the order for Southern Maryland, center fielder number 7, Raiden Dietz.
That pitch going to be taken for a strike. The off speed unable to drop in as the count moves even to 1-1. Two one. That ball's fouled off. The 2-2. That's going to be low and take it for a ball as the count moves full. It's going to now. That's going to be the 2 walks for the first 2 batters of the inning. As the Hawks
Second baseman number 6,
look
Henry Itani.
to draw back a couple of these runs is Henry Itani, who hit the home run in game 1. Looks to drive in these 2 runners on or advance here with no outs. That first pitch is going to be swung on and missed. That's going to be a pass ball on the wild pitch. And now runners will be on second and third as Clark Corlew has to get it together here a little bit. As he's going to take a short timeout and talk with his catcher here. Probably a smart one just to settle back in. That pitch can be swung on and missed as Corlew is able to get heat by him. Corlew's velocity has been something the Hawks haven't done a great job catching up to, but he's got to be able to have some command, as that's going to be another wild pitch, and that's going to have 1 score as the Hawks draw back 1 and have another now 90 feet away. As that one's going to be a pass ball. And Itani here now at 2-2 looks to add. And he will. He's going to swing on. That ball's deep. That ball's deep. That ball's caught at the wall. What a play by Lionel Bartholomew. I didn't make a call because I didn't know if he caught it. To perhaps minimize further damage, but a run will come in on the tag in, as the Hawks have done a good job so far playing small ball here in the top half of the third, as it's now 8-3. That ball's going to be high and in for ball 1. That's going to be a foul ball down the third base line. That's going to be out number 2 as Tank Kelly makes the play.
Designated hitter number 22, Mason McReynolds.
Designated hitter Mason McReynolds due up here with 2 outs. The 1-0. Little outside for ball number 2 as Corlew falls behind again. Pitch going to be taken for a strike. (3-1). That's going to be a tad high. Or as Corlew draws another walk, the Cardinals getting the bullpen going there. Have a lot of rest arms as Dom Venta was able to complete a complete game in game 1. There's going to be a mound visit and a discussion as Corlew looks to reel it back in here, trying to get the final out and get out of this inning 3 here with only 2 given up. Despite the Hawks only having 1 hit, they do have 3 runs. Wild pitches, pass balls, and sacrifice RBIs been the reason for such. Pitch taken for a ball. It's going to be a little high for ball number 2. It's going to be strike number 1. As the count moves. One swung on and hit back to the backstop here as the count moves even to 2-2. Clark gonna check the runner at first. Wind blowing, 2-2, swung on, pop fly. Kelly's going to call everybody off. Kelly's going to make the play, and that's going to be out number 3. As we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, the Hawks draw back 2, but the Cardinals still lead 8-3. Stay with us here
3 walks and 1 left.
on the CCPC Catonsville YouTube broadcast. Welcome back here to the bottom half of the third inning as the Cardinals lead 8-3, and Leonel Bartholomew, the eighth batter in the order, leads us off. First pitch going to be taken for a strike. The 0-1 golfed up. That ball's going to go back behind us. The count moves to 0-2. Many of the Cardinals putouts today have been pop flies. Things high, just like that one. Cardinals have had a continued effort to get under baseballs and drive them out the park, as we've seen with multiple home runs today, including 3 in this game, 2 from A.J. Perry and 1 from A.J. Palumbo. That pitch could be swung on and missed, and that's going to be another K as Bartholomew goes down with his second strikeout. As Seth Manos, the catcher,
Seth Manos.
and 9th hitters now due up. As he started game 2 with a base hit back up the middle. Let's see what he can do here in his second at bat. Count moves to 1-2 as Manos looks to get on before they've moved to the top half of the order. If you're getting every out at the bottom half of the order is crucial for how well this top half hits. That's going to be strike 3, and that's going to be a strikeout as Bean has 2 up, 2 down with 2 Ks here in the bottom half of the third.
Top of the order for Catonsville, shortstop number 27, Jaden Kelly.
Jaden Kelly in the top half of the order now approach here with 2 outs. The Hawks have done a great job responding after giving up that 7-run lead entering the top half of the third. They responded with 2 runs of themselves, and now are an out away for 1-2-3 here in the bottom half of the third as Kelly takes pitch 1 for a ball. That ball swung on and golfed. First baseman goes out, called off by the second baseman, and that play is going to be made as that's going to be out number 3. And that's going to be 1-2-3 as the Hawks are able to get off the field quickly and try to get their bats going as we move to the top half of the 4th inning. Stay with us here as the Cardinals.
Catonsville 8, Southern Maryland 3.
Cardinals remain in the lead 8-3. Stay with us here for the top half of the 4th on the CCBC YouTube channel. Welcome back here to the CCBC Catonsville broadcast. Pitching change for the
Left fielder
Cardinals.
number 8, Anthony Segura.
There will be a pitching change here for the Cardinals as number 28, Bryce Preetz, steps onto the mound, tasked with what I would assume are the remaining innings to get the Cardinals up and out of here with a doubleheader sweep. That's going to be taken for a ball outside as the count moves to 2-0. Let's see if the Hawks can continue on their momentum. They had a great third inning after falling behind 8-1. Now 3-0. Expect him to take this pitch here. He does, and that's going to be strike one. Let's see if that can settle Bryce into this ballgame. That ball swung on and chopped to second, and Sankovic to first. And that play is going to be made as Palumbo is able to stretch out. And that's going to be out number one. As Preetz is able to fight back after falling behind 3-0 in the count.
20, Jared Henry.
Jared Henry, the third baseman, now due up here. That pitch going to be inside. It's going to be a strike on the outside corner of the plate. The 1-1. Little high. That ball swung on and missed, and the count moves to 2-2 as Preetz throws heat by him. Three-two. That swung on and missed as Preetz blows one by him, as that's a K. And now here with 2 outs.
Catcher number 14, Victor Torres.
Catcher number 14, Victor Torres, 2 up. That ball swung on, and that ball scooped. Tapia Mello and A.J. Palumbo unable to make the play there at first on the scoop. As Torres is able to turn to second. And that's what happens when you put the ball in play. Tapia Mello made a great backhanded scoop at third, fired to first, and Palumbo was unable to make the play. And that's going to be an error on the Cardinals' defense. That pitch is going to be a strike. Preetz tasked with the job of generating one more out. That ball swung on, and that's going to find the right fielder, and that's going to be out number 3 as A.J. Perry makes the play as the Cardinals get out of it, and we go to the bottom half of the 4th. Stay with us here as the Cardinals lead 8-3.
Southern Maryland 3. Now fourth for Catonsville, third baseman number 18, Joel Tapia.
Joel Tapia Mello due up here first in the bottom half of the fourth inning as the Cardinals look to boost this 5-run lead. That off-speed pitch is going to remain a little high and be taken for ball one, number 1. Same pitch, same result, 2-0. That pitch going to clip the inside corner, and Mello asked the ump where it hit, and that's going to move to 2-1. That 2-1 is swung on and fouled. Mello just a little ahead of it there as the count now moves to 2-2. The 2-2. That ball swung on and hit back up the middle. Play at second, tries to fire to first, and Mello is able to beat it out. The second baseman was drifting away and had to turn and fire, unable to make the play in time despite the ball going past the first baseman. That's going to be a base
First
hit.
Baseman number 12, AJ Palumbo.
As Tapia Mello adds to his day, and now AJ Palumbo due up here, already a home run in this game. Let's see if he could create another 2-run shot here. And if he's going to do so, I would not suggest throwing the inside fastball. So that first pitch can be taken for a strike. Palumbo has a wider stance as he puts his front foot out a little bit. It allows for his wider base to have his hips open up, allowing him to turn on inside pitches just a little better than some other people. You've seen a lot of his home runs this year come from that inside pitch. That bunt's going to be laid down, and that bunt's going to be executed perfectly as that's going to be a throwing error on the third baseman, and Palumbo's going to reach first safely as that error is going to be charged to the Hawks, and now runners on first and second. Are here with no outs for Sam Kelly. They were not expecting bunt from Palumbo there as the third baseman was not cheating in. It's a good thing he wasn't, because if he was, that may have been an out in the air. That ball had a little bit of travel, but Palumbo was able to make a hard throw, becoming an error. And now here Sam Kelly swings on the first pitch, hoping to find grass, and he does, and that drops in. And now runners will be loaded here as A.J. Perry steps into the batter's box here with bases loaded, already with a 2-home run day. And you got to imagine for the Hawks, this is not the man you want to see. We've seen one.
Number 11, AJ Perry.
We've seen Perry hit one left center. We've seen AJ hit one right center so far today. Bean has to be extremely careful falling behind in this count, as AJ Perry is seeing the baseball really well right now. And when confidence grows, that baseball starts to appear like it's a beach ball coming out the hand. We'll see with this opportunity with 2 in scoring position and 3 on what he can do. That ball swung on, hacked and missed as the count moves to 0-2. As Bean does a good job early getting ahead in this count. Here comes the 0-2. That ball swung on. That ball finds a gap. And that's going to be 1 RBI. That's going to be 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a 2 RBI single for A.J. Perry as he adds to his 3 RBI day, now making it 5. 2 home runs and a single, along with 5 RBIs for A.J. Perry.
Second baseman number 9, Tyler Sankovic.
As the Cardinals now reach double digits in the scoreboard as they take a 10-3 lead to get those 2 runs back. They lost in the 3rd. And now second baseman Tyler Sankovic due up here with no outs. And runners on the corners. Have a man warming up in the bullpen. That ball swung on and chopped. That ball's... And once again, the Cardinals on the board and remain with runners on the corners as first to third. And now Sebastian Guzman due up. Guzman looks to join in on the fun as the Cardinals have already generated. That ball smoked down the third base line. That's fair. 1 comes in. Another turn in 3. Guzman turning 2. And that's going to be a stand-up RBI double on the first pitch. As here in the bottom half of the 4th with 2 runners at scoring position.
Center fielder number 1, Lionel Bartholomew.
Mercy rule starts to be in question again. Up 9 runs with runners on 2nd and 3rd through 4. Cardinals 90 feet away from taking that double-digit lead. You can imagine on the backs of a doubleheader, the Cardinals are eyeing that mercy rule. Something they've achieved multiple times this year. Jake Long's warming up for the Cardinals. They're going to leave Bean in. As Lionel Bartholomew looks to join in on the fun. He's going to lay down a bunt. And he's going to try to beat it out. They're going to say he's out. Barely got thrown out there at first. That's going to be a great play from Caleb Bean, who does it himself, as that's going to be out number 1 of the inning. And Seth Manos, the catcher, now due up here.
35, Seth Manos.
As Manos looks to continue the offensive onslaught and drive in 2 runners in scoring position on before turning to the top half of the order and Tank Kelly. That first pitch could be swung on and missed. That pitch going to be taken on the outside corner for strike number 2 as Seth falls behind 0-2. That ball's going to be swung on, and that's going to find a gap as it's going to squeak through. 1 comes in, and runners on the corners as Seth Manos picks up an RBI, and the Cardinals find run number 13 of the game.
Top of the order, shortstop Jaden Kelly.
It's gonna be a pitching change and a quick break. We're gonna take one with you. Stay with us here on the CCBC broadcast. Welcome back here to the CCBC broadcast as Tank Kelly starts the top half of the order back off here with one out and runners on corners. There's going to be a pitching change for the Hawks as Emmanuel Ventura, is on the mound, number 17, as he throws ball one. It has to face the top half of this order. The Cardinals continuing to look into this mercy rule, as they would then be 3 outs away from wrapping this up in 5. As that pitch is going to be taken for a ball, it's going to move to 2-0. The 2-0 high and away as the count moves to 3-0. And the base is loaded with only 1 out. Potentially looking to throw a strike or two here and set up maybe a double play ball. Try to get out of this inning. That ball is going to be swung on and missed. Tank Kelly back at it 3-0, being aggressive. (3-1) high and in, and that's going to be ball 4. As the bases are now loaded, and Tapia Mello due up. Somehow every time Mello steps to the batter's box, there seems to be a couple runners on. Let's see what he could do with this opportunity as he potentially looks to put the final nail in this coffin here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Because he's got a 5 RBI Game 2. Multi-RBI Game 2, excuse me. That first pitch taken high and in for a ball. The 1-0. Pitch going to drop in for a strike. Mello hits lefty-lefty here. A lot of his hits coming off righty pitchers. See if he could perhaps turn on one. The 1-1 breaking ball. Mello doesn't chase, and the count moves to 2-1. The 2-1. That ball swung on. That ball's deep. That ball's gone. Tapia Mello hits lefties just fine, folks. That's a grand slam as one comes in, two comes in. Kelly comes in for three, and Tapia Mello trots around as he's hit a grand slam, and it adds to that RBI number, and more importantly, adds to the Cardinals' run total as it's up to 17 as Tapia Mello meets his teammates at home for a grand slam. Got ahead 2-1 in the count. Didn't chase the two breaking balls, dropping below the zone. He threw him a fastball in the zone, and he turned on it, and that ball's gone. Now here with only one out, A.J. Palumbo steps in. And despite my comments about me believing the bats hadn't actually gotten going yet despite the 6 runs, I don't know if I expected 17 off 16 hits, including multiple bombs. But the Cardinals have shown this offensive ability before and continue to tack on here. As there's only one out here in this bottom half of the 4th. The 1-2, and that's going to hit him in the back. As now here, Palumbo takes his base, and Sam Kelly due up with one out.
Designated hitter number 21, Sam Kelly.
That ball swung on and fouled down the third base line. Kelly was out and early ahead of that one. Palumbo is going to take second. And now at 1-1, there's another runner in scoring position here for Sam Kelly. That pitch going to drop in for a strike. That pitch going to be high and outside and take it for a ball. The 3-2. That ball swung on and smoked down the third base line, and the count remains 3-2. The 3-2, 1 out. Kelly swings on and chases. So that's going to be a drop third strike. So that's going to be out number 2 as he's retired. And A.J. Perry due up here.
Fielder number 11, A.J. Perry.
Looking to add to his 5 RBI day. Here with 2 outs. It's going to be low for ball number 2. That pitch going to be taken for a strike if the count moves to 2-1. Two one low and take it for a ball. This count moves to 3-1. It's going to be a strike, and the count now moves full with 3-2. And that's going to be low and take it for a ball as Perry once again reaches. And now here with runners on first and second, Tyler Sankovic.
Number 9, Tyler Sankovic. change for Southern Maryland. Now doing the pitching, number 2, Rylan Langley.
There's going to be a pitching change as Rylan Langley now comes in again for the Hawks. They're going to take a quick pause in the action. We're going to take one with you. Stay with us here on the CCBC broadcast. Welcome back. Here as Rylan Langley is tasked with getting this final out and getting the Hawks off the field here as they give their bats one last chance to avoid this sweep. Tyler Sankovic takes pitch 1 for a ball. The 1-0. Little high and outside for ball number 2. The 2-0 swung on over the shortstop. Palumbo's going to turn for home, and he's going to stand up and walk in, as that's going to be run number 18 and hit number 17. That's going to be the 4th hit of the day in Game 2 of this doubleheader for Tyler Sankovic. 4 singles, continuing to find grass here for the Cardinals. And that one might find grass too. That is going to drop as Guzman's going to turn for second. As Perry comes in and Sankovic moves to third and Guzman's at second as the lead grows 19-3. And it's just one of those afternoons, good hits or not, the ball is just finding grass. Outfielders continuing to have to play out due to the power the Cardinals have displayed. That pitch is going to be outside for a ball. It's going to be a ball, and the count's going to move to 2-0. This could be strike 1. That ball's going to be swung on, hit to left field, and the play is going to be made as the Hawks finally get out of this 4th inning. As we move to the top half of the 5th, the Cardinals up 19-3 and 3 outs away from a mercy rule. Stay with us here on the CCBC Catonsville broadcast.
a pinch hitter for Southern Maryland. Batting for Raiden Dietz, number 11, Blaine Brashear.
Blaine Brashear coming in as a pinch hitter here, number 11. We can probably expect a couple pinch hitters here. Is that first pitch going to be swung on and fouled off? Another one swung on and fouled off. Despite the 3 runs for the Hawks, only 1 base hit. That pitch is going to be high, and that's going to be caught as Sebastian Guzman makes the catch as the first is retired here in the top half of the 5th.
Batting for Henry Atani, number 12, Davey Reynolds.
Davey Reynolds, the game 1 starter on the mound, now comes in to pinch hit. As this is his first plate appearance of the afternoon. As the first pitch taken for a ball. That pitch swung on and tipped into the glove, and the count now moves to 1-1. The 1-1 taken for strike 2. As Preetz has found it here with that sidearm command. The unique arm slot, as that pitch is a little outside and low for ball 2. Going to be a ball, and the count now moves full at 3-2 as the Hawks look to generate base runners, and they need a lot of them. As that's going to be a little low and taken for ball 4. So that's going to be a walk.
Batting for Pena, number 35, Robbie Best.
Number 35, Robbie Best, now into pinch hit. Looking to get something going here for the Hawks with 1 out. That pitch is swung on and hit to right. And that play is going to be made as A.J. Perry makes the catch as out number 2. Is retired.
Batting for Mason McReynolds, number 16, Bryson Hutzel.
Number 16, Bryson Hutzel, now comes in as a pinch hitter as the Hawks look to empty the bench. That first pitch taken for a strike. Good opportunity for some of these people. Get plate appearances and maybe provide a spark to this Hawks offense. That's going to be a tip, and that's going to be strike 1 as the count moves even to 1-1. 0-2, excuse me. And that's going to be strike 3 as the Cardinals make a statement here in Game 2 and pick up the doubleheader sweep. Game 1 ends 6-3 in the Cardinals' favor from a complete game from Dom Venta, and a Game 2 offensive onslaught as 19 runs are scored for the Cardinals as they win Game 2, 19-3. Thanks for staying with us on the CCBC Catonsville broadcast. I'm Brad Strauss signing off. Have a good evening.